Well, Spartan fans, back here at NSUSpartans.com, it's been you'd say a good week for the NSU volleyball team. We went 3-0 last week, beat North Carolina A&T on the road, non-conference match 3-2, kind of a come-behind victory. But then two big wins over Hampton, 3-0 on Friday here in Eccles, and then on Sunday over there at Holland Hall at HU. Coach, you've won 7 of your last 9 now. Hampton was a team that was expecting to compete for one of the second or third spot in the Northern Division. Obviously, UMES is up there first. Now all of a sudden, it's like now you guys are the top dog among the rest of the teams up there in the North.
Yeah, it's been great. I wish I could put my finger on exactly when I felt the turnaround was, but I'd like to say it was even in the preseason, even while we were still losing a little bit. You can just see the girls starting to toughen up a little bit, and practice got more intense, focus got better, and then as time went on, and even though we lost to Coppin in the first conference match, when we got that win at Morgan, you can just see things starting to roll. And then a big win against William & Mary, and then from there, we were very competitive against VCU, extremely competitive against one of the top teams in our conference, basically the top team in our conference right now. And as time goes on, we're just building that confidence. And even though A&T was great, they played tough. I mean, they were a tough team, so we had to fight and scrap. But that showed a lot of character for our team to come back and win that, and it's been great. The girls are pretty relaxed and confident, and practices have been pretty intense, and things are getting to where we want them to be.
Yeah, you can see from those first 2 tournaments we hosted here till now. I mean, it's almost like it's a totally different team. It's like players are just hitting so much better. Everything's just a lot more in sync than it ever was. And now we got 5 regular season matches left. 4 of them are at home. Obviously, starting this weekend, you got Morgan State on Friday, Breast Cancer Awareness Night here in Eccles, and then Sunday you got Coppin State at 3 p.m. here. After that, you only got 1 more match at Howard, then 2 more back home against UMES and Delaware State. So it's kind of like that last stretch. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed yet. You're 5-2 in the conference, but nothing's guaranteed. But it's like you've really got the momentum going. I mean, you're taking this thing on a roll.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to continue to get competitive. We've already played everybody once in the division. So everybody kind of knows a little bit more about each other. So when we get in, we're going to have to expect people making adjustments against us. People are going to understand who our bigger players have been and who they need to match people up with. So we understand that. We're doing the same thing when we turn around and play these opponents for the second time. And we're hoping that when we get in, not only for the teams that we beat, can we find things that we can do better, but then when we play UMES and of course Coppin, what can we do that we didn't do the first time to really challenge them, get them a little more uncomfortable than we had them before, and really push? Because I'm very confident with our girls right now. I think they're playing unbelievable. Winning kind of breeds confidence. So now that we're winning, you can see how much more confident they're getting. We just want to keep it going, and hopefully, we got a long second half. It feels like I feel like counting all the matches, but hopefully we continue to roll, we stay healthy, and I feel pretty confident about where we'll finish at the end.
Yeah, and obviously the hitting has been a lot better. The hitting percentages have been a lot higher than it had been earlier in the season. I mean, obviously the competition was tough in the earlier season, so it's tough to judge it on that. But your defense has really kind of fueled it lately. I mean, you guys have been playing great defense, and your blocking was really on target Sunday when you guys were at Hampton. But just overall, your defense has really kind of started to, I don't want to say pick it up because you've always been stronger on defense, but they're really starting to pick it up another level now.
I think a lot to do with experience. I mean, the girls played a lot. We played a lot of volleyball so far, and this season has been long already, and we still have way more season to go, and we're hoping to make a nice run through the playoffs, knock on wood, but we're assuming we'll get there and hopefully be extremely competitive there too. And we've been working hard every single day on all that stuff. I didn't feel like our blocking has been great up to the last 2 weeks, so that's what we've been working on. And the girls are a lot more receptive to the critique now, and a lot more focused on every little detail that we're asking to. And we're being more detail oriented than we've ever been. And we have the luxury of doing that now because the girls know how to pass, right? They clearly know how to pass. They know how to hit, but how can they hit better? So what do we need to do? What are the minor details of fixing arm swings and things like that while we're in season? I mean, we have a lot to work on in spring season, but what can we do now while we're trying to do a lot of team stuff? And the girls have been extremely responsive to every little thing we've asked them to do, and it's made a difference, blocking especially. I think we had 11 blocks against Hampton in the second time, and because of that, Hampton's a great blocking team. They outblock us every single time we play them. And for the first time I think I've been here, we outblock them, and that just shows the kind of work they're putting in.
Yeah, and obviously, like so the last 5 are at home to close out the season, and the tournament's up in Baltimore at Coppin State. What are you looking for, especially this weekend against Morgan and Coppin? Obviously, you beat Morgan at their place, but you lost to Coppin, a match that you feel like you could have been a lot more competitive in.
Right.
So what's kind of going to be the key this weekend to get wins against both of those schools?
Morgan can be they're streaky. They make errors like we have, and they have a few issues when it comes to their system and stuff like that. When we played them the first time, I assume they're going to correct all that. I mean, everybody's working hard in the gym just like we are. So we assume the next time we face them, things are going to be cleaned up a little bit. They have a phenomenal setter who is somebody that we got to make sure she doesn't get her kills because she dumps the ball quite a bit. And so we have to just basically stay on our toes with them, even though we beat them in 3 the first time. You can't expect that every single time. And every time you get another crack at an opponent, you got to expect them to come in with a little bit better game plan and a better understanding of our team. So I just feel like if we go out and play like we have been, block like we have been, and just continue to go after teams, we've been pretty relentless on our side of the net. Like you said, the defense has been picking up a lot more balls, so we're able to stay in system a lot more, both with Nicole and Darcy's setting. The balls have been right where they need to be, and our hitters really understand that they don't have an excuse. If it's set to them, they got to do something with it. So they've been doing a great job. So I would assume as long as we control what we can control on our side of the net, I would expect us to still be successful, but it's not going to be easy.
So the Spartans will be here in action here at Echoes Hall this weekend. Friday they play Morgan State, and that's Breast Cancer Awareness Night, so make sure you wear your pink. Team will be in their pink jerseys, pink t-shirts again like last year. And obviously Sunday at 3 p.m. is Coppin State here. That's going to be a big match for them because Coppin State is tied for 3rd right now in the MEAC North with Hampton. Morgan State's obviously 5th, right behind them there at 500, so it's kind of a dogfight getting to those last few matches. So make sure you come on out and support your Spartans this weekend at Echoes Hall. And of course, for all your information this year on the NSU volleyball team and all of NSU athletic teams, keep checking back at NSUSpartans.com.